Hi everyone, it's Chi again, back to share more healing messages from my heart to yours. Let's tune in, take a few breaths together, breathing in deeply through the nose, filling the belly with air, exhaling slowly, drawing in more air, breathing in life, breathing in the present moment. Today's a special day. I'm leaving for a 2-day trip, 2 nights to Las Vegas again. But this time it's just my husband and I. We're leaving our son behind. He's almost 15, so I think he'll be okay with just hanging out with Grandpa. And yeah, it's gonna be nice to have just a quiet, romantic couple of nights. Just me and my husband enjoying one another, connecting. And just being together. And through the breast cancer, Jeff and I have really grown a lot closer, making my healing and his healing a combined journey, both of us supporting each other. Now, Jeff doesn't have breast cancer, but last year he had massive amounts of anxiety and was able to love himself through it using a holistic approach. And now he's literally 10 times the person that he was even before his anxiety. So, you see, healing can happen to everyone, anyone with any sort of challenge. It doesn't have to be breast cancer. And you just gotta use that intuitive inner guidance to love yourself back to wholeness and to elevate yourself and transcend to a higher state of existence than even before your challenge. And that's why we're here, right? To learn and grow by facing our fears, loving ourselves, and connecting to our infinite source within. And that's what I'd like to help everyone out there do. And you don't have to wait until you get the cancer diagnosis to start. You know, you can just start changing from within, right here, right now, just by having a pure intention to be more self-aware, to be more loving and kind and compassionate. Primarily, first and foremost, to yourself, okay? Because until you can be overflowing with love and joy and inner peace, until then, and only until then, can you share that with the can't give the world what you don't have within to give. And to receive, you must first give of yourself. That is a not too widely known universal law. To receive, you must first give. Right? And nobody tells you these things. You grow up, you live an entire life on earth, and nobody tells you the universal secrets to living a happy, joyful, peaceful life. Okay? The number one rule is love yourself. No matter what presents in the present moment, you're going to be okay if you just love yourself through it. Okay? Don't run away. Don't kick yourself when you're down. Love yourself through it. And breathe. Draw in breath deeply. Every moment, be aware of your breath. Breathe consciously, with purpose, with an intention to be here and to be you. No apologies, just be you. All right, so these things, they're not going to tell you when you're growing up. You'll be taught not to touch the hot stove, to look both ways when you cross the street, to dot your I's, cross your T's. They might even teach you how to write in cursive. I even learned calligraphy. But I never learned to truly honor and love myself. It just was not taught in school. It was definitely not taught at home. What was taught was survival of the fittest, right? The squeaky wheel gets greased, the biggest egos get the biggest piece of the pie. So we're really not taught fifth dimensional, heart-centered ways of being in our three-dimensional earth growing up, because nobody knows, right? 99% of the people on earth are just not aware of how to tap in and what these universal truths, these laws are, these unfailing, all-powerful, invisible laws exist, so that we as spiritual beings can become more and step into our full potential. This is all created by our greater selves, by that part of us that is our soul aspect, for us to evolve, to grow into what we are in the present moment, constantly propelling us further, deeper into our own hearts, discovering more and more of what we are. Yes. So life is a journey of self-discovery. And you are an energy being experiencing an outpicturing of your own energy as a 3D hologram, so you can explore what it is that you already are. And yes, it does seem like you're stuck in a fishbowl and you can't get out sometimes. And what's being put in that fishbowl is a bunch of stuff you really don't like, okay? So generally, we find ourselves in a situation where we're the fish in a fishbowl without a whole lot of resources to get ourselves out or expand into a larger tank with more fun stuff to swim around in, okay? So that's kind of like the journey to constantly realize that the fishbowl perspective is not working out. We shift, we move, bring in more energy, we expand consciousness, we allow more light in, more experiences that are new, newer perspectives coming in, new expansions within the heart coming in, making us feel more empowered, more peaceful, more connected to everything, right? Within our lives, okay? And then from there, we keep going. We move on, right? To a larger fish tank and swim around in that until we desire more and more and more expansion, until you literally become the entire universe that exists within you, and you become everything, multidimensional, within and without, above and below, third dimensional or fifth dimensional, within your own heart. That's the portal. That's the portal to the higher realms. Tuning in to your own heart, connecting, truly experiencing from the personal perspective what it is to be an energy being, feeling your own energy passing, vibrating, oscillating, pulsating through your fingertips, your palms, your heart, spinning around. It's awesome. It's beyond the limited human senses. It's so much more. And at the same time, if you bring it down and integrate it into the body, that energy is actually used by the body to balance out and heal. Yeah. I feel my energy flowing into my arm, and I use my right hand to activate the energy in it, and I use that to pass energy through my skin, my injured arm that's got the blocked lymph nodes, and I move it in there. See, I use the energy in my body in the present moment to help heal myself, right? And we all can do this, right? By tuning in and listening to the body, right? Because by releasing your attachment to the body and tuning into your own soul's energy, you can actually release a lot of pressure, a lot of stress from within the body that your ego mind, swirling around in its little fishbowl, was doing. And that was causing a lot of the problems within the body. Right? So, breathing, creating space, releasing attachment to the body, because you are the consciousness, the energy that is creating the body. Right? So interact with it at that level instead of the more limited ego perspective that thinks that it's only the body and identifies only with the mortal fishbowl self. And from that perspective, there's just no power. There's no power to heal, then there's no power for change, right? So we've got to shift. We've got to shift into the energy perspective of something greater, something more, okay? And again, this is something that you must experience personally for yourself, right? No one can prove it to you. I certainly can't prove it to anyone. I can only be me, right? And transmit that energy to you to remind you of what you are too within, right? So that's my message for today. Keep tuning in. Don't give up on yourself. You hit the mother lode of love. And from there, transformation will just naturally unfold. And your life will become the miracle that it's meant to be. Until next time, I love you. I honor you in your journey. Namaste.